Algebra 2, 12.1, Worksheet 4A. We're jumping back into number 3. We're going to use SOHCAHTOA to find missing sides. And what we've been saying is from the angle that you are given, the acute angle, label your sides. We're going to say that x is clearly across from that 30 degrees, so it's an opposite side. This 12 is directly across from the 90 degrees. That's hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse, O and H. If you're looking at the SOHCAHTOA acrostic right here, you can see that it's the first lettering, SOH. So that's going to be sine. It's the sine of 30 degrees, and that will be equal to the opposite, x, all over the hypotenuse, which is 12. What you should be doing, and we've spoken about this before, make sine of 30 go over 1 and cross multiply. 1 times x is just x. Then we'd have 12 times the sine of 30 degrees. What we'll do very quickly is just type in 12 sine of 30, and we'll get 6. That's what this side of x really is. X is equal to 6. Coming over to B, here's your 20 degrees. The x, of course, the longest side, the side across from the right angle, that's the hypotenuse. The 7, though, is the adjacent side. The opposite side isn't even labeled. So you can think, where do we have A and H? Well, going back to SOHCAHTOA, you can see it's in the middle here. And we can say we have the cosine of 20 degrees. Well, the adjacent side is 7. The hypotenuse is x. Again, we have to follow the order. The last letter in the CAH, that's the denominator. The hypotenuse has to go down below. Once again, put cosine of 20 over 1. Let's cross multiply. We'll have x cosine of 20 degrees. 7 times 1 is 7. Then when we divide by the cosine of 20 degrees, we will be able to finish by just typing this into the calculator. Let's type 7 divided by cosine of 20. And you can see we get 7.4 going to 1 decimal place. For our last one, as we are approaching this last triangle here, the 40 degrees, you go directly across, that's your opposite side. The x would be the adjacent side. O and A would refer to TOA. That would be tangent. We can say tangent of 40 degrees would be 6 all over x, the opposite over the adjacent. Now I'm going to put tangent of 40 over 1, and we can cross multiply x times the tangent of 40 degrees. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. We can divide both sides by the tangent of 40 degrees. And then simply type this out. 6 divided by tangent of 40. You can see we'll get about 7.2. It's not 7.1 because when you look to the right, you have a 5. 5 or higher, you have to round up. So this concludes problem 3.